Hi, we are Bike Tyson, or team number 5, and I'm Anna McClure presenting with.
Daniela Pereira.
Dion Feng.
They want Pimienta.
And Shannon Powell.
So starting the race, after looking at the initial data, we had decided to choose the mountain and the speed segments because we saw these would have the largest opportunity for market growth and easily attainable customer needs, as well as speed having the highest willingness to pay from the customers. We then invested in marketing and web markets to establish brand recognition before competitors could dominate the market and pursued a growth strategy that emphasized future competitiveness over immediate profitability. We decided to go against investing in the 3-month certificate of deposit to focus on the brand itself and secure profits first. Which brings us to breaking down the balance scorecard. First, we have the financial performance. While we never really competed in the world market, we saw lots of improvement in our own company throughout the 6 quarters, starting with a score of negative 1.585 due to investing heavily in operations and research and development early before we had established competitive brands. We saw this score slowly rise up to 7.677 throughout each quarter by investing more and more into research and development, as well as expanding and modifying our brands continuously to be more in line with customer needs. Next is Shannon with the market performance.
Hi, I'm Shannon. On this slide, we can see our market performance over the simulation. Early on, we expanded our focus on the speed segment, increased spending on stores and distribution, and continued investing in marketing. We also dedicated more resources to research and development to improve future competitiveness. Although we launched new products and upgraded existing brands, stockouts limited our growth and reduced our market share. By the final quarter, we continued improving product technology and expanding advertising efforts, but the market remained highly competitive, resulting in slower growth than expected. This slide highlights the success of our marketing strategy throughout the simulation. We established a stronger online presence, increased magazine advertising, and expanded communication efforts to improve brand awareness. As new products were introduced, our messaging focused on product features, performance, and technology improvements that matched customer preferences. We also increased advertising in the world market and invested in web productivity improvements. These efforts helped us maintain one of the most stable scorecard categories, with our marketing effectiveness score steadily increasing from 0.698 to 0.730 by the final quarter.
This is Day One Pimienta. I'm here to talk about investment in future. So investment in the future was one of Bike Tyson's strongest areas. Our strategy was more aggressive because we focused on building long-term competitiveness instead of only chasing short-term profits. So we invested in web productivity, fixed capacity, worker compensation, product modifications, and research and development. A major example of our investment in future was over $581,000 into research and development features, which was then followed by another major investment of about $580,000 in the later quarters. These investments helped us develop better technology and improve products like the Rock Johnson 4 and Fast Malone 2. Even though our score declined later on, we remained one of the top teams in future investment because we had only, our strategy was about building a strong foundation for growth. Moving on to creation of wealth. Creation of wealth was weaker because our investments did not immediately create strong shareholder returns. We kept funding growth initiatives, marketing, distribution, and product development, which increased expenses and limited short-term profitability. We also maintained premium pricing around $1,300 because we believed our upgraded products justified the price. That helped protect margins, but it may have limited sales volume. Overall, our wealth creation score stayed lower than expected because we were forced to focus more on future growth and innovation than immediate financial returns.
Hi, my name is Daniela Pereira, and I'll pick up with financial risk. This was our strongest category, showing a perfect 1.0 every single quarter. We chased growth aggressively and gave up some shareholder wealth doing it. However, we funded all of that out of profits and cash, never debt. We always kept enough liquidity to stay out of financial stress, so the growth bet was aggressive, but the way we paid for it was disciplined. And that discipline starts to show off in the next slide. Asset management was a slow burn. Early on, our scores were low because we bought capacity and technology ahead of demand, so we were sitting on assets that sales hadn't caught up to yet. Then, looking at the back half, we jumped to 1.089 in quarter six, which was a full turnaround. That's the earlier investment finally paying off. Rock Johnson 4 and Fast Malone 2 were generating real revenue off capacity we already owned instead of us funding brand new projects. That same payoff shows up on the factory floor, which is the next slide. Manufacturing productivity tells a similar story to asset management, a strong finish, but one with a deliberate bump in the middle. We started strong and steady, around 0.94 in early quarters, then quarter four dipped, but that was a trade-off we chose. We doubled our fixed capacity and added a lot of new R&D technology at the same time, which made the factory harder to run, so we leaned on overtime to keep up. Quarter five was our best round, a perfect 1.0 running at 100% of capacity with zero overtime, and we held nearly there at 0.95 in quarter six by leaning on tech we'd already developed instead of piling on more complexity. This brings us to human resource management.
I'm Guion. For HR, we focus on supporting our employees as the company grew. We hired more salespeople and production workers and improved salary, pension, health benefits, and vacation support. These choices helped our team work better in both sales and production. By the final quarter, HR became one of our stronger areas because our employees helped support growth and better performance. By the end, Mike Tyson ranked number 6 on the balance scorecard and number 7 on the cumulative scorecard. We were not at the top, but we improved a lot and stayed close to the next group of competitors. If we continued, we would have focused on stronger promotions, growing market share, spending less time on R&D, and improving manufacturing. Overall, this simulation showed how every business decision connects. Mike Tyson had challenges with manufacturing, R&D, timing, and competition, but we also made strong improvements in HR and strategy. If we had more time, we would focus on smarter spending, more market share, and better profit. Thank you.